Welcome. Let's start in a comfortable seated pose. Allowing palms to rest on the knees. Thumb and index finger together. As you feel your breath and feel a settling into your body. Settling into the sit bones. Allowing the belly to be relaxed, moving as you breathe. Finding length through the spinal column. And a softness in all of the facial muscles. And as you're ready, gently opening the eyes and dropping the chin down to the chest. And as you inhale, looking up to the sky as you stick your tongue out. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, looking up. And one more time. Opening up the neck and throat. Then allowing the head to turn from one side to the other. Looking over your left shoulder. Coming back to center and looking over your right shoulder. Feeling a twist through the side of the neck and throat. Then allowing your head to drop towards the left shoulder. Coming back to center, dropping your head towards the right shoulder. Breathing into all parts of the neck. Coming back to center, interlocking your hands, reaching up to the sky as you breathe in to stretch the spine. Exhale, palms down to the crown. And again, inhale upward. Exhale down. And one more time, reaching upward. And this time we'll round the spine, reaching the palms forward. Sweeping the hands behind you, pressing the shoulder blades together as you breathe in. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, reaching upwards. Exhale, rounding and reaching forward. Inhale, sweeping the hands behind you, lifting the heart and chest. Exhale, release to where we started. And one more time. Stretching the spine, opening the lungs and heart, and deepening our breath. Let's roll the shoulders in a circular motion, up, back, and around. And then in the opposite direction, from the back towards the front. And relax your shoulders and shake out your hands, fingers, wrists. Bring circulation into the arms, the hands. Think of shaking off any physical or mental tension. Then relax and feel the circulation and warmth hands over your right knee and thigh as you make a circular movement. Circling in both directions as you're loosening the low back, loosening in the waist area. And then switching to the left thigh and making that circular movement over the left thigh. And in both directions. And then stretching your legs out in front of you, shaking out the legs, tapping the backs of the legs towards the earth, and bringing your feet towards and away from one another. And then bending your right leg, crossing the foot over the left thigh, coming into half butterfly, moving the knee up and down as you feel into your right hip joint. Then switching sides, left foot over the right thigh as you guide the knee up and down, waking up your inner thigh, bringing blood and circulation into the left hip. Then release and extend both legs in front, and we'll move on to the hands and knees. Warming up the spine, looking up to the sky as you stretch the spine, sinking back into child's pose. On the inhale, extending and stretching. On the exhale, releasing and relaxing. And again, inhale. And exhale back. And then we come on to the hands and knees, and with the right knee we make a circular movement to warm up even more the right hip joint. Moving in both directions, circling in both directions. And then switching sides to the left side, left knee, moving in a circular movement. And in both directions. And then bringing the toes together, knees apart, as we sink back into child's pose for a few breaths. Coming up into kneeling, tucking the toes under, including the smallest toe, as we stretch the toes, stretch the arches of the feet. If it's too intense, bring the hands in front so that less of your weight is in the feet. And then let's step forward with the right foot, bringing both hands to the inside of the right foot, head in line with the spine in our low lunge. Bringing one hand to either side of the right foot as we step forward in a forward fold. Letting the upper body freely fold over the legs. Gravity helping to open up the legs and the back. And then we step the right leg back. Hands on the inside of the left foot in a low lunge. A few deep breaths. And then hands on either side of the left foot as we step forward again into a forward fold. Taking a few deep breaths and then beginning the rolling up through the spine, all the way up into standing, with the head the last to come up. Reach your arms wide, stretch the whole body as you extend first finger and thumb upwards, and then draw a line down to your heart. And now we'll roll down, head down, shoulders draw forward, upper back rounds, middle and low back. As the whole body rolls forward into a forward fold. Breathing deeply into the legs and the back. And then slowly rolling up through the spine. Feeling this nice massage of the spinal column. Once the head is up, the arms reach up. Interlock your hands, first finger and thumb together as you stretch upwards. And draw a line down to your heart. And again, arms beside the body as you roll down. All the way into a forward fold. And this time, if you'd like, you can interlock your hands at your low back and reach the palms upward towards the sky and up overhead. Then release your hands to your low back, let them slide along the backs of the legs. And step back with your right leg, knee down, coming into a lunge with the arms reaching upward. You can interlock the fingers, first finger and thumb together. And bring the hands down. Stepping forward into a forward fold. And stepping back with your left leg, knee down. As we bring the torso upright and reach the arms up to the sky. And then bringing the hands down. Stepping back onto the knees and into downward facing dog. Creating that triangular shape with the body that stretches the spine and the backs of the legs. And then we'll shift our weight forward into plank pose. Drop the knees down and lower onto the front. Elbows wide, palm on top of palm with the chin or head down. And then we bring the elbows underneath of the shoulders, forearms in front, coming into Sphinx pose. Creating a back bend, breathing into our back bend. Then releasing, head down, and pressing back into child's pose. We'll move through these poses a few times, coming up into downward facing dog. Shifting into plank pose. Knees down as you lower onto the front. Keeping the hands under the shoulders this time for cobra. Lifting the head and chest. Then releasing and pressing back to the heels in child's pose. Coming up into downward facing dog. Shifting the weight into plank. Lowering onto the front of the body. Letting the palms rest beside you, letting the head rest to one side. And then bending the right knee, opening the right thigh. Feeling that stretch along the right thigh. Releasing and coming to the other side. You can turn your head to the left as you bend the knee, pressing your foot towards you. And slow, deep breath. And then release. Interlock your hands behind your back. Lift the upper body as you reach the arms away from you, strengthening the back. Breathing in this position and then releasing. And pressing back into child's pose. Rolling up into sitting. And now bringing the feet in front, hands reaching out as we slowly roll onto our back, using the muscles of the abdomen. And once we get down, relaxing the whole body. Then bring your knees to the chest and coming up, rocking up and rolling down. Resting for a moment. And then bring the knees to the chest. And we're going to roll down one more time, strengthening the muscles of the abdominal wall. Resting and pausing. And then bring your knees to the chest and we'll rock back and forth a few times, massaging the spinal column. Drawing the belly into the low back to create a roundness that makes it easier to rock. And then we'll release into Savasana for a moment, letting the body completely relax, tuning into your breath. Then bringing your right knee into the chest as you hug the knee. Breathing deeply into the back area. And now moving the right knee over and across to the right, across to the left as you move your arm to the right in one knee twist. A beautiful twist for the spine, the digestive organs, the hip area, and the shoulder and chest area. Unwinding as you come back to center, bringing the left knee to the chest, hugging the knee as you breathe into the low back. And then we'll bring that left knee over and across to the right side, extending our arm to the left and continuing to breathe into this beautiful twist. And gently unwinding to center, releasing your left leg. Bringing both knees to the chest, spreading the knees apart, feet face the sky. You can hold on to the inside or outside of your feet in this inverted squat, where we breathe into the pelvis and hip area. We breathe into broadening the low back. And we maintain that connection to the inhale and exhale of breath. And then release. Now preparing for our relaxation, lying down comfortably. Closing the eyes. Resting the body completely. Limbs are relaxed. Back muscles are relaxed. Head and skull relaxed. All of the facial muscles soft. Softness and openness in the throat. Softness in the belly. And a softness in the area of the heart. And then gently deepen your breathing as you wake up the limbs, toes and fingers, stretching the body and finding your way up into a seated pose. to take a few moments with the palms together at the heart to dedicate our practice for the well-being of all.